Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the mat. This week's practice is another vitality practice. This has been our theme for the month of August, so this is our third vitality practice. In our first practice, we were focused on strong movement with some strong poses with some arm balancing. Our second week, so last week, we focused on the breath. So it was purely a pranayama practice focused on tapping into that sense of vitality with the breath through some pranayama practices. This week, we're sort of going to combine those things, bringing some strong breath and combining it with movement. So this is a Kundalini-Inspired practice. So the beginning of practice will be a lot like a Kundalini practice, coming into some breathing exercises with some simple movement in a seated position, and then we'll add them into some standing poses. So it'll be a little bit different from what you're used to if you're used to vinyasa. The breathing will be a little bit different. We'll explore inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So it should be a little bit different from what you're used to, which should be a little bit fun. For today's practice, I'm going to recommend having a yoga block. It will be helpful for hero's pose as well as possibly Malasana squat. For Malasana squat, you may also want a blanket or a towel to roll up in place underneath your heels. So if you know that in Malasana squat, your heels tend to be quite lifted off the earth, please do grab a blanket or a towel to place underneath the heels. You're going to want to be supported in your Malasana squat as we'll be coming into some breath with it, with the arms raised. So you're going to want a nice solid foundation. A block might be helpful for that pose as well, depending on how the hips are feeling for you today. If you have not joined us in the online tribe, click the link in the description below. Come on in and join us. And if you enjoy the channel and you feel you're benefiting from it in some way, I encourage you to check out the Roaming Yogi Patreon page and support the channel. It helps me in creating more of this free yoga content for you. Alrighty, my friends, go ahead and gather your props, unroll your mat, and I'm going to meet you right here in a tall seat. Alrighty, my friends, find a tall, comfortable seat. Your legs can be in any shape, position you'd like them to be in, as long as you can sit up nice and tall. I'm sitting up on a block, so if you have a block available, you might want to explore sitting up on a block or on a cushion. It can be nice to elevate the hips. Once you've found your tall, comfortable seat, allow the eyelids to close, or you can gently lower the gaze if closing the eyes doesn't feel quite comfortable today. Take a moment to come into your body. Notice any sensations that are present physically. And feeling yourself root down through the sitting bones. Feeling them sort of plug into the earth beneath you, into the ground, to your block, your cushion, whatever you're sitting on. Really feel yourself plugged down through the sitting bones. And from that place of rootedness, feel an elegant length traveling up through the spine, all the way up through the crown of the head, creating a nice long line from root to crown. And then take your awareness to your breath and notice what's present in your breath today. We'll be working a lot with the breath in our practice today, so before we begin to do that, take a moment to simply check in with your natural, spontaneous breath. And notice what you notice. And then take the awareness to your energy. So bringing the awareness inward a little bit more. And notice the quality of your energy in this moment. And the vital life force energy that animates us is an energy that sort of rides the breath. So the breath is the physical manifestation of that energy. We call it prana in yoga. It goes by other names in other traditions. And that's what we're tapping into when we tap into that sense of vitality. Vitality is energy. It is life. And so taking a moment here to take stock of your energy today. Notice if it feels particularly vibrant, or if maybe it feels a little subdued. There's no right or wrong. We're simply noticing what we're bringing onto the mat with us today. And then from here, gently opening the eyes. And we're going to begin with a Kundalini breathing practice. So we're going to come into Kapalabhati, which we came into last week in our pranayama practice. If you're unfamiliar with Kapalabhati, I encourage you to go to last week's practice and check that out. I will link to it below. So we're going to come into Kapalabhati breath. We're going to do so with the arms overhead. So you're going to bring the tips of the fingers, you're going to roll them down so that they're touching the top pads of the palms. So kind of like these little claws, sort of. And then the thumbs will be outstretched, so stretched out. And then we'll lift the arms up to about a 60-degree angle. Really nice and strong through the arms, so no like spaghetti arms. Reaching nice and long, tall spine, and we'll take our Kapalabhati breath here. So make sure you're sitting tall through the spine. Take a deep inhale and begin. Take a deep inhale as you lift the arms, the thumbs touch. As you exhale, open the palms and lower the arms. Allow the arms to rest wherever is comfortable and allow the breath to come to a natural rhythm. Notice any sensations present in the breath, in your energetic field. And we're going to come into that one more time just like that. So remember, sharp, forceful exhales in and out through the nose, navel pulling back towards the spine on each exhale. The inhales will happen on their own. So again, lifting the arms up, the fingertips curl down to touch the tops of the palms, thumbs outstretched, sitting tall through the spine. Take a deep inhale and begin. Big inhale, lift the arms, allow the thumbs to touch. As you exhale, open the palms and lower the arms. Allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Again, noticing any sensations. You might feel some heat rising in the body. You might feel sort of a buzzing sensation. Notice what is present for you. From here, if you're sitting up on a block, it might be easier to come on down off of it. If you're sitting on a cushion, you might be okay on your cushion. Bringing the hands to the knees, we're going to come into a seated cat-cow. So as you inhale, open the heart forward and up. And as you exhale, round the spine, press the navel back, bring the chin in towards the chest. Inhale to arch the spine, open the heart, lift the gaze. And exhale to round, chin to chest. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. One more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Come to a neutral spine. From here, we'll shift into a hero's pose. So, option 2, come to sit just on your heels. If that feels okay for you, if it's okay on the tops of the feet, if that feels all right on the knees. If this feels like a little bit too much, feel free to bring a block in between the feet and come to sit up on the block. So it'll relieve some of the pressure on the legs and on the feet. So sitting on our shins, knees forward. Go ahead and bring the hands up onto the shoulders, and you're going to sort of grip the shoulders. So you want your 4 fingertips facing forward, and the thumbs will kind of grip the backs of the shoulders. Just like this here. We're going to come into some twists with the breath. So as you inhale, you'll twist to the right, and exhale, twist to the left. Inhale right, exhale left. Three more. Come to center. And from here, as you inhale, lift the elbows, allow the wrists to touch behind your head. And as you exhale, lower them back to your starting position. So inhale, lift the elbows. And exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Three more. And then releasing the arms. Close down the eyes. Take a moment to come into a natural breath. And then from here, opening the eyes, come on into your downward facing dog. So moving your block off to the side, bringing the palms onto the earth, tucking toes, lifting knees and hips, finding your downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet here, checking in with the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. And then finding some stillness as you come into the breath. You can come into your Ujjayi breath here. Nice, slow, even breath. Now from here, go ahead and step the right foot in between the hands. Left heel comes onto the earth at a 90-degree angle, set up for warrior 2. Go ahead and lift the torso. Hips and torso face the side of your mat. Arms extended long, right knee is bent. As you inhale, lift the arms, straighten the right leg, lift the gaze. Exhale, bend into the right knee, lower the arms. Inhale to lift. Exhale, this time breathe out through the mouth as you lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more like this. Inhale, lift. And exhale. From here, we'll come into a goddess pose. So you can sort of straighten into the right leg. You want the heels to turn in and the toes to face out. So you might need to shorten your stance a little bit. We're going to sit down into the legs. And then from here, we're going to lift the arms up. Tops of the fingertips roll down to touch the tops of the palms. Thumbs outstretched. So we took this shape in the arms in our seat, and now we're taking it in a goddess pose. Kapalabhati breath. Take a deep inhale and begin. Deep inhale, straighten the legs, lift the arms, thumbs touch. Exhale, open the palms, lower the arms. Turn the right heel so that the outside edge of the right foot goes parallel to the front of your mat, and turn your left toes so that they face the back of your mat. Bend into the left knee, warrior two, facing the back of your mat. Strong arms outstretched. Inhale to lift the arms, lift the gaze, straighten the left leg. Exhale through the mouth as you rebend the left knee and lower the arms. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. One more. Coming back into your goddess pose. Again, heels in, toes out, maybe shorten your stance. Sitting down into the legs. This time bring the hands onto the shoulders. We were here before. 4 fingertips facing forward, the thumbs facing back as you sort of grip the shoulders. This time you're going to inhale to the left and then exhale right. Inhale, exhale. Three more. Come on back to center. Stay low in the legs. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, lower. Three more. Straighten into the legs, lower the arms. From here, Malasana squat. So go ahead and bring the feet in a little bit closer. You want them to be a little bit wider than hips width distance. The toes face slightly out, the heels face slightly in. Go ahead and lower the hips all the way down into your Malasana squat. Now, this is where you may want to block just underneath your seat. If it feels like it's too much, if you feel like you're not quite steady in your Malasana squat, a block underneath the seat is perfect. And if the heels are super lifted here in your Malasana squat, bring a rolled up blanket or towel underneath your heels so that you are supported. And wherever you are, whatever prompts you're using, or if you're not using any prompts, really think about reaching the tailbone towards the earth and the sternum up towards the sky. So find a nice long spine, reaching crown of the head towards the sky. You can bring palms to touch at heart center, pressing the elbows to the insides of the legs. Feel yourself rooting down through the feet. Now from here, we're coming back into that Kapalabhati with the arms outstretched. If that does not work for you, you can keep the palms right here at heart center if you feel more steady here. So, tops of the fingers roll down to the tops of the palms, thumbs outstretched, arms lift. Really press down into the feet. Press the thighs out and back. Kapalabhati, here we go. Deep inhale. And begin. Deep inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, open the palms, lower the arms down. Beautiful. From here, come on to your seat. Whew. And we're going to come into a low boat, so a low Navasana. So begin to lower the body. Really think about rounding into the spine, so the navel's pressing in towards the spine as you start to lower the back onto the earth. So the lower back comes onto the earth. Now you want to keep reaching the arms outstretched. Option to keep the feet where they are on the earth. Option to hover the feet just above. Now, if that feels like a lot on the lower back, feel free to bring the feet back onto the earth so that the lower back feels supported. You don't want to feel too much pressure on the lower back. If it feels okay, you can outstretch the legs. And you might have guessed it, Kapalabhati. Here we go. Deep inhale. Take a deep inhale. Hug the knees into the chest. And exhale. Release. Beautiful. Allow the breath to come natural. Squeezing the legs in. Maybe a gentle rock side to side. Coming into some long, deep breaths. And then go ahead and lift the feet up towards the sky. Take hold of the inside or outside edges of the feet, pulling the feet towards the earth for happy baby. Maybe a gentle rock side to side here. And if there are any final movements that your body's craving, before we prepare for Savasana, feel free to pause the video and take whatever that is. If you're feeling ready for Savasana, go ahead and hug the knees back in towards the chest, and then lift the forehead up towards the knees and make yourself into as tiny little ball as you can. Really squeeze in. And in this tiny little ball, start to squeeze every muscle in your body. All the muscles in your hands, your face, your feet, your legs, the arms. Take a big inhale here. And exhale to let it all go. Release into your Savasana. Feet can be about as wide as your mat, the legs nice and long. Allowing the arms to rest by the sides of your body with the palms turned up towards the sky. Take a big breath in and fill up the belly. Open the mouth and let it go. Allow your breath to be completely natural. Feel yourself supported by the earth beneath you. And tuning into your own energy here at the end of practice. Notice if there is an increase in that sense of energy and life, that vitality, that life force within you. And allow that sense of vitality that you cultivated here on the mat to permeate your entire being from head to toe. And if you have more time to stay here in Savasana, please do stay. And otherwise, start to bring some gentle movement into fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Extend the arms long overhead and take a nice long stretch. And bring soles of the feet flat onto your mat and take a moment to check in with your energy here. If you feel like you'd like some more calming, grounded energy, turn onto your right side. If you feel like you could use a bit more awake, lively energy, turn onto your left side. And then using the top hand to help press you up, make your way into a tall, comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, rooting down through the sitting bones. You can allow the eyes to close here for a moment. Notice how you feel here at the end of this practice. Perhaps a bit more vibrant, a bit more alive, a bit more energized. That's the hope anyway. Go ahead and bring the palms to touch at heart center. And bow the head gently towards the hands in a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude for this practice and for the breath and body that allow us to move through it. Thank you so much for allowing me to lead you here in this practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me here in this vitality practice. It's a little different from what we usually do, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I will meet you right back here on the mat next time.